After returning to the rapscallion, I found Captain Long John Scurvy in a foul mood. When I asked him why, he pointed abruptly to the port window. "We're cursed, I tell you. We're all cursed." When I turned to see what he was looking at, I was shocked and surprised. "It's a sea rat," bellowed the captain. "When one of these creatures boards a pirate ship, bad luck is sure to follow. A few years back, I was sailing with Black Jack McCracken off the coast of Panama. We had one of these devils on board, and it was a bloody nightmare. First, all of our underwear went missing. Then the crew was forced to drink rubbing alcohol when the water barrel sprang a leak. But it got even worse. 10 leagues out of Havana, the first mate fell out of the crow's nest. A few days later, when the crew sighted sharks, they all jumped overboard."
Has anyone ever told you, you look like an old goat, Captain Scurvy?
The captain was speechless. Before he could respond, the tiny primate continued.
My name is Wee Willie Tinker, Southern gentleman extraordinaire. Born in the great state of Arkansas and a graduate of Harvard University and the Johns Hopkins School for Rodents. Perhaps you have read about me in National Geographic. According to Einstein's theory of captivity, I am an absolute genius.
By now, Scurvy was so annoyed, his false teeth fell out on the deck. "So you think you're smart, eh?" barked the captain. "Well, I've got a question for you, and I bet my shorts you can't answer it. How much water is in the Pacific Ocean if you were measuring it in 10-ounce beer mugs?" After a few calculations with his pencil, Wee Willie had the answer with a smile.
It would take 240 quintillion beer mugs to hold all the water in the Pacific Ocean. If you spent 1 second filling each mug, it would take over 75 billion years to fill them all with water.
Captain Scurvy was totally flabbergasted. "That was an easy question. Anyone knows that," he barked, "but here's one I bet you can't answer. Where can I find the world's greatest treasure?" Wee Willie looked off the starboard side of the rapscallion and replied,
It's in a place called Sardine City, about 30 nautical miles from here, just a little bit south of Saskatoon.
"Hoist the anchor and get ready to make way!" shouted the captain. "Set a course for Sardine City in the Moro Gulf. With favorable winds, we should be there by nightfall." We arrived in Sardine City just after midnight and dropped anchor in a protected cove on the edge of town. There was an eeriness to this place I could not explain. Captain Scurvy had me fetch Wee Willie for further information on the treasure. I did not mention to the captain that I found the rascal rodent having a joyous bath in a barrel of rum. "Come on, sea rat!" barked the captain. "Spill the beans! Where is the treasure stashed? We're ready to storm the town." Wee Willie smiled.
No need to get your shorts in a knot, Captain. I'll take you there in the morning so you can see the treasure for yourself.
Sunrise came early the next morning, and the town was abuzz with activity. Many of the people seemed happy as they gathered for conversations and local gossip. The strong odor of fish filled the air, which probably explained the large number of cats. Looking around, I saw an interesting sign that said, "No dogs allowed." Sea pirate Mad Dog Malone, who was allergic to cats, had a sneezing fit and went back to the ship with his tail between his legs. Meanwhile, Wee Willie Tinker led us down the garden path with Captain Scurvy, drooling about the magnificent treasure that awaited him. A short while later, we came to a small clearing in the forest, and Wee Willie raised his claw for us to stop.
X marks the spot. In just a minute, you will discover the greatest treasure in the world. Close your eyes and count to 5.
When Captain Scurvy opened his eyes, he was surrounded to his surprise. In the trees, many tarsiers were staring goggle-eyed at him. "What in damnation is this?" he shouted. "I came for treasure, not to be surrounded by a gang of sea rats." Wee Willie was quick to explain.
These are not sea rats, Captain Scurvy. They are my family, the people that love and care about me most. My wife Martha, son Andrew, and my daughter Precious. The littlest scamp is my nephew, Renwick.
The captain was stunned and disappointed. "Do you mean you dragged me all the way here for this?" he barked. "Where is the blasted treasure?"
You are a lot like my great-grandpappy, Henry Hornblower. He commanded a great fleet of ships and had a bad attitude. Family history has it that he got shipwrecked in Las Vegas. Nobody ever seen him since. When you asked me where the world's greatest treasure was located, I gave you an honest answer. Family is my greatest treasure, and they're all here right now staring at you.
Captain Scurvy was completely disgusted and turned to leave.
Just a minute, Scurvy. Before you go running off like a wounded grizzly bear, there is someone here to see you.
Scurvy turned back to look and got the shock of his life. It was his beloved mother who had passed away suddenly many years ago. He secretly carried her love deep in his heart and never told a soul.
Oh, my son, my heart breaks to see the anger inside you, like an untreated wound. The circumstances of your life have been cruel. It's true. The injustices and hardships you faced, none should have to endure. But you cannot keep poisoning yourself with hatred and closing yourself off from all light and warmth. Life is suffering, yes, but it is also sublime beauty, profound joy, and moments of pure transcendence if you allow yourself to experience them. Look around you at the kaleidoscope of colors in a sunset sky, the intricate sweetness of a flower's perfume, the melodic laughter of children at play. So much loveliness remains, but you've boarded yourself up, denying entry to anything that could thaw your frozen heart. It is not too late to change your mind's direction. Our time is short, son, but I must tell you a secret. There is a girl on a western bay, a place with 100 ships or more a day. Find her, son. You both need each other. You will know when you meet her. She wears a locket on a braided chain. It is made of the finest silver from the north of Spain. I have asked the little creature to go with you. Seek his guidance and wisdom. I must leave you now, son. If you truly love me, you must learn to love yourself.
Captain Scurvy stood in silence, unable to speak. He remained motionless, transfixed by the image and words he had just witnessed. Some time later, he made it back on ship and looked out at the horizon. "Sea rat," he bellowed. "Where is this western bay that my mother was talking about?" Wee Willie pondered for a moment, then replied,
Looking at this old map you spit chewing tobacco on, it's in the Savage Islands. Sounds like a real friendly place.
"Raise the main sails and set course for the Atlantic," shouted the captain. "Mad dog, do we have any more sea biscuits left, or did you empty the barrel again?" "Sea rat, I have a question for you."
Fire away, Captain. I'm at your service.
Let's say I know this guy who wants to become more intelligent. What should he do?
Tell your friend the first step to becoming intelligent is don't look stupid.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I up my lungs. And if my mind